We are live here tonight with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series at Dover. And in the booth with me tonight, it's Bump and Run, Jesse Becker. How's it going, Jesse?
Oh, doing good. Glad to be here for a lovely race here at Dover Motor Speedway, the Redemption iRacing Truck Series final race of the regular season. Of course, the NJB Designs regular season finale on tap. As we're getting into qualifying, you see Landon Burbage there on the screen. That number 2 truck, he's looking to set a quick time. We'll see if he can do it.
Absolutely. Right now, Landon Burbage rolling out. That's Grandma's baby boy in that number 2 machine. We know he's always hooked up and bad fast. Let's see what kind of lap time he's got in store for us here tonight.
At Moncks Corner, South Carolina, population's got to be like 200 people or less. I mean, I've never even heard of the place, so he's probably the fastest iRacer there and representing the hometown as he comes across the stripe here for his first lap.
Ripping it around here out of Moncks Corner, South Carolina. Landon Burbage, top of the board, 23.484 for Landon. Let's see if that holds up for quick time, but still plenty of trucks to hit the track here, one of which, Mr. Andy Reeves.
Yeah, Mr. Andy Reeves himself out of Shreveport, Louisiana, and that number 8 truck. Of course, got to have the Budweiser on the thing. I mean, he's trying to be like Dale Jr. We'll see if he's as quick as him here.
Definitely looks to have some speed in that bad fast number 8 Budweiser machine. But we got Noah Blackwell out here from NJB Designs out of Roseville, California.
Beautiful truck he's got there. Greg Biffle, number 18 on the side. Of course, Greg Biffle's number 16, but he used the Greg Biffle font there, sharp looking to ride. And he is, of course, the title sponsor of tonight's race, the NJB Designs regular season finale.
And then we got Jordan Hand out of Tulsa, Oklahoma with that Optic number 48 machine. Looks to be pretty quick, sitting in 4th right now. That's going to move him down as Matthew Wood jumps into 2nd.
Yeah, that's not a bad time for either of those guys. It's really close. I mean, the top 6 here in your field, all within a tenth of each other, so they've definitely got a lot of speed.
Jesse, do you hear that?
That looks dadgum American, I can tell you.
Jeff,
yeah, I can hear the bald eagles.
Jeff Engler putting down a scorcher. Just 0.2 of a second off pace, sitting in 12th right now.
Yeah, that was a quick one. I mean, you want him to be a little bit quicker, but that wasn't too bad.
As we look around, let's see who else, if anybody's on the track. John Kravark rolling out here right now.
Number 69 truck there for Kravark out of Bethel, Connecticut. That thing looks like it's got some speed. We'll have to wait and see what happens. He's starting his qualifying effort, so he's going to have 2 laps around. We'll see how he does.
He's going to cross the line.
13 cars at a time. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, yeah, he's going to set his time here, and it is not very ideal.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. It's not looking great for the 69 of Kravark, but we'll have to, as you said, wait and see. Lap number 2, getting ready to finish up here. He's coming through turns 3 and 4, passing that Juicy Spider restart zone, hits the stripe. What's it gonna be for the 69? It's half a second off.
He's in last. So, folks, we're going to jump to break real quick, be right back, and we're going to be ready for the start of this one. You're watching the NJB Designs regular season finale here at Dover Motor Speedway, the Monster Mile. Matthew Wood still out front here, your race leader in that number 16 machine. He's looking bad fast, Jesse. We are back here at the Dover Monster Mile with the NJB Designs regular season finale. And Jesse, I think it is just about time to get going for some grid action.
Yeah, it's one of the best times of the night every time we get to bring up the beautiful HMS TV starting lineup. So definitely excited to get into that, see these beautiful trucks before they hit the track.
Yeah, qualifying is over and it's official, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, quick time landed Burbage, Grandma's baby boy, going to kick off from the pole position.
And is probably back at home jumping up and down for joy that Landon has managed to snag the top spot.
She is pumped up, and so am I. We have 19 trucks signed in here tonight for the Redemption iRacing Truck Series regular season finale put on by NJB Design.
Sure to be a good one. I'm excited. Regular season finale. Let's go.
Well, get on your feet, off your seats. It is time to get gridded up and going with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. Tonight's starting lineup is as follows. On the front row in the pole position in the number 2 machine, he's Grandma's baby boy. It's Landon Burbage. On his outside in the Racers for Christ number 16 machine, Matthew Wood.
Row number 2 brings you the 31, the Prophet Joseph Smith. To his outside is going to be the 48 of Jordan Hand.
Going on back into row number 3 on the inside, going to be Jonathan Gaston. On his outside, the 79, Danny White.
Row number 4 is going to have the 8 of Mr. Andy Reeves, as well as the 15 beautiful HMS TV machine of Dylan Carrier.
Heading on back into row number 5, we were going to see the number 33 machine, Ryan Holler. On his outside, NJB Designs own the 18, Noah Blackwell.
On row number 6, you're going to have the 51 Wyatt Memphis, and to his outside, the 25 of Jeff Engler.
Into row number 7 on the inside, it's going to be the 6 of Brendan Schutz. On his outside, the 69, John Kravaric.
Row number 8 brings you the 00 of William Connolly. I'm pretty sure he's going to be race control tonight, so we'll just look at the number 3, Vincent Provenzano.
Then we jump on back into row number 9. You're going to see Phil Simpson in that 22 machine on his outside. We're going to talk about this in a second, but playoff hopeful, the 38 in the Lizard Mobile, Dallas Seward.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to stay tuned for the 38, see what he can do tonight. But the final spot on the grid taken up by a new face, new name, number 12, Shane McBee.
Shane McBee going to try to get it done here tonight. We don't know anything about him, but let's see how fast he is as we are on the track right now. Jesse, we're about to get started.
It's an all Chevy front row. Matthew Wood, Lane, and Burbage set to duel. Pace car lights are off. We're going green this time. It's going to be exciting. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. Will these guys figure this track out, or is it going to be a caution fest?
I don't know. You know, we know it's hot out there, Jesse. I was looking at the temps earlier, and track temp was 119, but the pace car is in. Field is set as they roll into the juicy Spider restart zone. We are ready, and we are green. The NJB Design 200 is underway.
Barney's waving that flag, and they get a side-by-side launch. Landon Burbage, Matthew Wood side-by-side in a turn 1. No one has an advantage yet. Matthew Wood looking to carry the momentum on the high side, and he does. He's going to cover that spot up and take the lead over. Burbage does not lead a lap.
Boy, it didn't take long, but Matthew Wood goes to the point, and we know he is bad fast. I was watching him practice, and he might be the truck to beat tonight. But, Jesse, I think we got some points information maybe you can go over with our fans.
So if you take a look here, these are the points heading into tonight's race. Unfortunately, we don't have the technology that they can update live, but the top 12 make the playoffs. And if you look right there about 12th or 13th, you can see there's a 3-point difference between Dallas Seward and Wyatt Mickelson. So Seward looking to make his way into this playoffs. He's the only one that really has a outside shot at it. So we're going to have to pay attention to that 38 truck and see if he can make a drive. And oh no, what's happened? He's in the pits. Did he do a drive-through?
I guess, or he just forgot a snack or something, but he has headed down pit road, Jesse, and he is already a lap down.
Oh, that is painful for the 38. I'm not sure if he had some sort of penalty or something. He makes his way back onto the track now, but from lap 4, he's on the downhill slide trying to fight his way back, but we'll see if he's able to do it or not.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough hill to climb, but as you mentioned, Jesse, only the top 12 make the playoffs. He comes in 3 points behind Wyatt Mickelson, and it's going to be tough to make that up as Mickelson currently sitting in the 12th position.
Yeah, pretty much everybody 10th and up, surely locked in on points. Jonathan Kraverick with a terrible race, and Wyatt Mickelson, if something catastrophic happens, may miss these playoffs, but everybody 10th and up pretty much locked in.
Jesse, right now, Noah Blackwell has already gained 3 positions since the start of this race. He's up to 7th after starting in 10th.
He's charging through the field. He's not the biggest mover. The biggest mover right now is going to be the 12 of Shane McBee, but Noah Blackwell definitely on the way forward, trying to crack that top 5. He's looking at some chaos in front of him.
He is on the gas. He's Dylan Carrier in front of him. I believe that's his teammate, if I'm not mistaken, but we're just going to have to wait and see how this lines out as they're side by side.
Dylan Carrier looking to move forward as well. He's up 2 spots, right on the back bumper of that 75 of Jonathan Gaston, trying to get by. Will there be an opening or not? The bottom line definitely seems to be preferred so far throughout this thing, and there's a slow car up top. I think that might be Phil Simpson.
Yeah, Phil Simpson already a lap down. Not sure what happened, but Jesse, I was walking around the garage earlier, and the drivers seemed very concerned about the fuel mileage here tonight and whether or not they can make it for a full 50-lap stint. So it's definitely something to watch.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to pay attention to what people decide to do. If they decide that they're not going to risk it and they're just going to take fuel, or if there's going to be some people that try to save. It's yet to be determined, but we're going to have to keep an eye on that, see how that strategy plays out, because no one wants to really run out of fuel, but there's always a chance.
Definitely so with Vincent Provenzano right now. He's out here just logging laps. He is the last car on the lead lap, trying to make a move in a battle for last.
Yeah, he's holding on to that crown for the HMS TV battle for last right now, but he's trying to give it away to Vincent Provenzano here in the 69 truck, and it looks like he'll do so. Kraverick now the new crown holder for the HMS TV battle for last right now.
He is pumped up, and his wife is jumping with joy. John Kraverick back to last.
Hey, at least he's shown up as he scrapes the wall a little bit. He's shown up, which is more than a lot of people can say. Only 19 trucks shown up to this thing. I guess a lot of people were probably scared of this track. Like you said earlier, they heard that it was going to be hot as heck out there, so they might have gotten scared and stayed home.
Yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, track temp currently at 119 degrees, so not sure what that means for tire wear out here, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, that's steaming, man. It's going to lead them tires to be a little bit more slippery than they normally would be, but I got to say these top 3 have kind of made a gap for themselves and running away with it. And I feel like the 16 of Wood, I almost heard his engine cut off there mid-corner. He might be saving fuel already.
Seems that way, and we drop back in the field. Jesse, I was talking with this guy right here, Mr. Andy Reeves, and I put emphasis on the Mr. He heard, the first time you talked with him, you called him Andy, and he was not happy.
Yeah, I had to, I learned very quickly to make sure to put that Mr. Andy Reeves in there. I don't want to make that mistake again, doing my best to remember it. And anytime I refer to this 8 truck in the Redemption iRacing series, I make sure to call him by his full name.
Yeah, and every time you mention his name, he gives you that dad look, and you just don't want to disappoint him. So, Mr. Andy Reeves sitting in that 9th position out of Shreveport, Louisiana. We don't know much about Shreveport, but all we know is this number 8 truck is trying to get to the front.
And don't you dare call him Andrew either. It's Andy.
Absolutely. We jump back up towards the front here. The Prophet, Joseph Smith out of Columbia, Maryland, currently cruising in the 4th position, trying to put together a good finish to finish off this regular season here tonight as we go into the playoffs next week. I think we're headed to Watkins Glen. Is that right, Jesse?
Hitting up a road course for the first race of the playoffs, which is kind of a new thing, a little bit different. I'm here for it. I do like the turning right kind of stuff. So that's going to be fun to watch. Joseph Smith there, we were just watching, he's kind of on cruise control. He's your points leader. He doesn't have anything to worry about. But Wyatt Mickelson there in the 51, he does. If something was to catastrophically happen and he ends up out of this race somehow, he might be a little bit nervous about his playoff chances. So he's pretty much locked in right now, trying to do the best he can tonight.
Wyatt Mickelson knows he's just got to stay one spot ahead of Dallas Seward, who's back in 18th, and he will lock himself into these Redemption iRacing Truck Series playoffs.
That's all it takes. Is not a whole lot, but when the pressure's on, sometimes people can crack. We'll have to see and wait and make sure that Wyatt Mickelson doesn't crack and he gets the job done. God, that truck's so American.
The most
I don't know what it is.
It just gives me goosebumps every time I see it. Jeff Engler, the All-American out here cruising in the 12th spot, trying to hold off this number 6 machine of Brendan. Shoot, let's hop on board.
Like, I got to tell you, that truck is so patriotic, it might try to take over Venezuela.
Hey, you definitely got to keep an eye out as Jeff Engler. You never know what his next move is going to be. He's looking pretty solid here tonight as he gets his race going. But let's jump back out front. Jesse, we got a new race leader.
Jordan Hand takes the top spot. Again, Matthew Wood. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I heard an inkling that he might be saving fuel already early in this race. So that Jordan Hand, he might be putting the pedal to the metal, kind of unawares of the fuel situation. We'll have to keep and see how this plays out. But new leader.
Yeah, Jordan Hand now on the point in that number 48 Optic machine. He's going to try and lead as many laps as he can. He is not too concerned of fuel saving. He just wants to be up front.
Yeah, these first two trucks kind of broken away from the second two. Burbage and Smith back there, third and fourth. They're still within range for sure, but there's a little bit of a gap there. Oh, and they're side by side.
The battle for the third position. That's Burbage on the outside, Smith on the inside. You better watch what you're doing. We know the 31, if he gets into that 2 truck, he's going to be hearing from Anna Alessandro.
Yeah, if he so much as touches that 2 truck there of Landon Burbage, he's going to get a scolding from Grandma. Nobody wants a scolding from Grandma.
You know, it's definitely in the back of these drivers' mind. Anna has really inserted herself around the garage. These guys drive extra carefully around the 2 of Burbage.
Well, it's like if you have Grandma's lovingly handmade quilt wrapped around him. It's just kind of a nice little protective layer that he's got on that truck, because none of these guys want to piss Grandma off. But Joseph Smith almost cuts his nose off there. Burbage getting a little sketchy there, but they keep it straight. I don't think contact was made, but it was definitely close.
And Grandma's quilt might be around the 2 of Burbage, but it might be around the neck of the 31 of Joseph Smith.
I almost wonder if she has one of those canes with like the hook at the top, and she's got it around his neck, pulling him back. We'll have to wait and see.
Absolutely. We go back to the 7th position. Noah Blackwell still cruising, has gained 3 positions to start this race. Let's pull up here. HMS TV, our Chargers, Jesse.
Ooh, it's a tie for the first spot. Jordan Hand up 3, Noah Blackwell up 3 as well. Dylan Carrier, Wyatt Mickelson, Vincent Provenzano up 2 spots. So no real cemented hard charger yet. Everybody's kind of staying close to where they started, but it's looking good so far.
Well, how about this one right here? In the last 5 laps, looks like Matthew Wood, the fastest truck on the track. Average lap time, 25.03 with Jordan Hand right behind him in 25.04.
Yeah, no surprise to see P1 and P2 top of that board. Vincent Provenzano, kind of a surprise name on that. He's back in 14th, but I mean, now it's updated with the newest lap, he's up to 2nd on that board. So Provenzano, he's got to be going forward in that 3 truck back there to be that quick.
And it's time to jump up to our eyes in the sky. Jesse, what do you know about this?
That's going to be the Harpoon Design blimp. Brantley Roden at the controls, giving us these beautiful shots here at Dover Motor Speedway. I mean, he's got a great gig. He gets to travel around to racetracks all over the U.S. and other countries even with MCR, and just gets to bring us these beautiful camera shots. And I mean, the gig kind of fell into his lap when the HMS TV blimp got destroyed in a fiery ball coming to the ground after a Gen 4 Cup car hit it. Somehow, we don't ask questions, but it happened. There's video evidence, but he's out here giving us these good camera shots, so thankful to have him around.
You know, Jesse, I tried to put an insurance claim in for the blimp, and when I tried to tell them what happened, they didn't believe it, and we got nothing.
What's that insurance company? Do you know the one that says we cover it all because we've seen it all, or something like that? They probably would have even turned you away there with that story. Whoa, look out!
Yeah, 48's going to give up the race lead. Jordan Hand gets loose off the corner, so that's going to surrender the lead back to Matthew Wood.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if the 16 somehow can control the rest of this stage. He's been quick the entire time, and we're not sure how Jordan Hand got the spot, but if the 16 can just put it in cruise control, he might be able to run away. I mean, the gap's over half a second already.
Wow, Jesse, look at this beautiful truck right here. This number 79 machine. You know, earlier I had something in my teeth, so I went on down to the 79 of Danny White, and I got it picked right out.
Yeah, when the sun's not hitting it, you can use it as a decent mirror, but when that sun does catch it just right, you want to tip your shades down because you can't look at the thing straight. You'll burn your retinas. And, you know, I think if there was an anthill next to that truck, it'd probably be like the evil kid with a magnifying glass and just kill all those ants. Set them on fire.
Look on the back of that truck. There's a little surprise for you. I think you put that on there for you, Jesse.
I don't know if the 6 truck's appreciating that. Brennan Chute there behind him, probably questioning the back of that 79 truck. He says he's just going to get past him so he doesn't have to look at it.
Yeah, but these shots from this Juicy Spider drone cam are incredible here at the Dover Monster Mile. We're watching Danny White, currently in 12, and we talked earlier, Jesse, about our hard chargers. Well, unfortunately, Danny White, he's the opposite. He's lost 6 spots since the start of this race. He's headed straight to the rear.
That's unfortunate for the 79 going backwards right now. Hopefully he can get that corrected. I mean, we're just barely over halfway through stage number 1, so he's still got a good 20 laps here to make some spots back up. Right now, 2 spots out of the stage points, so we'll see if the 79 can start moving back forward.
Well, looks like Joseph Smith, the Prophet, has moved himself up into second position here into lap number 32. Jesse, we're almost done with stage 1 already.
Yeah, it's flying by these laps, only about 24 to 25 seconds here at Dover. It's a pretty quick 1-mile racetrack as long as it stays green, and that's what it's done so far, clean and green through 33 laps. And Matthew Wood has led a vast majority of them.
Let's pull up your lap leaderboard right here. Matthew Wood, 16 laps on the board, and Jordan Hand with 15.
I gotta say, it's a lot more even than I thought. It seemed like Matthew Wood was up front for more laps than that, but it seems like it's pretty close. But I think as this goes on here in stage number 1, that number's just going to keep getting larger and larger of a gap.
Definitely believe so. As we look through the field, Ryan Holler in the number 33 machine, cruising in the 9th position, trying to bring home a top 10 run here tonight. Let's hop on board. And Jesse, what are you seeing out of the front windshield of this 33 truck?
Other than a whole bunch of the 51 of Wyatt Mickelson, I see that he's not turning that wheel a whole lot. He's mainly keeping it straight through the corner, waiting on that gas pedal, just letting the truck do the turning, not truly trying to do too much of it himself. That's the way you save tires, is you just let the momentum of the truck carry itself around that bank corner. And he's doing a good job breaking into the top 10, as you said.
And we jump on over. How about this good-looking truck? Has the wrong number on it compared to our timing and scoring, but Jonathan Gaston looking pretty good in the number 75/72, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, here's the thing, right? What is a 5 except an upside-down 2? So, I mean, he's closer than a lot of people would normally be. It's real frustrating when somebody's scored as like the 72, and then their number is actually like the 38. It's like, okay, there's no correlation there. At least 72 and 75 are pretty similar. It's easy to kind of remember.
And Jesse, you know, he's looks like he's a native of Pennsboro, West Virginia. What do you know about Pennsboro?
I know absolutely nothing about Pennsboro, West Virginia. I mean, there's a good chance I could have been in Pennsboro, West Virginia one time. I wouldn't even have known. What do you think the population could be? Maybe 150?
I mean, maybe, I'm thinking, you know, 1,000 to 1,100 maybe.
Let's actually take a look. You know what's interesting? I type in Pennsboro, and the first thing that comes up is Pennsboro, West Virginia Funeral Home. Oh. So that seems what people are most interested about in West Virginia, there in Pennsboro. Whopping 1,050 residents here in Pennsboro, West Virginia in 2020.
Well, we know the most popular one right now, definitely Jonathan Gasson. I'm sure the whole town is watching as we have 12 laps remaining here in stage number 1 in the NJB Designs regular season finale at the Dover Monster Mile.
Matthew Wood, also a West Virginia. Nicholas, West Virginia. Let's take a look at that one. You see who wins the population battle here.
I'm thinking that he's got less. I'm thinking Nicholas is going to be less than 1,000.
Okay, so let's make sure I'm getting the city itself. I think Nicholas is just the county. I'm not seeing an actual city.
That's a possibility.
So Nicholas County had 24,000 people in 2024. So, you know, that's more people than I thought actually lived in the entire state of West Virginia. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, not so bad, but we know Matthew Wood, definitely one of the most talented drivers probably on the service that we have in our series because he is always out front. I believe this is only his 4th start of the season, Jesse. It feels like he's won a lot of races that I don't even think he's won yet.
Yeah, he's always fast and always up front. I got to say, I think we can certifiably say that he's probably the fastest iRacer in West Virginia.
I would not argue with that logic as he's on the back bumper, and it looks like we had an issue here. Not sure what happened. Dylan Carrier now appears to be a lap down.
I mean, he's not the only one. There's actually, I see probably about 4 people that have hit pit road, interestingly. Dylan Carrier, John Kraverick, Andy Reeves, Shane McBee have already come down and made pit stops. 3 of those guys took tires. Dylan Carrier, a fuel only stop for the 15. I'm not sure. They must be needing fuel here in stage number 1, but there's only 8 laps left.
Yeah, you know, I think we mentioned earlier there was a lot of talk in the garage on whether or not these guys can make it 50 laps. Some of these guys might have abandoned hope a little too early. They go down pit road and find themselves a lap or 2 down.
Let's see if we can get on board with our leader, Matthew Wood, and see if we're able to tell if he's trying to save an extra bit of fuel or not here as he's trying to get by the 15. Normal corner there, no clutching in. We'll see if turn 1 and 2 is the same case.
All right, now, you know, you're at the end of the stage, Jesse. I think the saving's already been done for this 16 truck of Matthew Wood, so he's just trying to put Dylan Carrier down multiple laps, which is smart because we know Carrier is a tough competitor, and you want to pin him down 2 laps when possible.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see what happens. There's more people hitting pit road. Joseph Smith, Brennan Shute in for stops. I'd say about half the field's come down pit road and half the field hasn't. So we'll have to see which strategy is the right one, if Matthew Wood and others have saved enough fuel or if they're going to need to get a splash and go. I mean, and then you got to think about the fact that even once you get through the end of the stage, you've got to make it to the pace car and then maybe do a lap or 2 before. Oh, Landon Burbage is saving. You can hear it there clutching in.
Yeah, trying to save every ounce of fuel he can while he's battling for that 2nd position, sitting in 3rd, holding the clutch in.
That's definitely a lot to keep track of. You're trying to hit a fuel number and also trying to get past a guy for an extra stage point. So we'll have to keep an eye on this battle. Matthew Wood's done left everybody. He's almost 3 seconds ahead now.
Jeff Engler down pit road.
Good Lord, I can't look at it without hearing bald eagles in my head.
I think they put diesel fuel in that 25 truck, Jesse.
Oh, they might have. It could have been an American Truck Sim kind of situation.
Just 3 laps left to go. Going to be 2 to go this time around. Matthew Wood out front by a country mile. 3-second lead, trying to bring home the stage 1 win.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye, see if that 16 has enough fuel left in the tank to make it to the end of stage number 1. 2 to go here as he goes through turns 1 and 2. He's got a lot of lap traffic ahead of him here.
Yeah, one of them, Dallas Seaworth, was the playoff hopeful coming in. Well, he's done a great job at ruining any hope he had.
Yeah, he's not even going to get the lucky dog here at the end of stage number 1. He's the 3rd car a lap down. Phil Simpson in the lucky dog spot currently with 1 to go. White flag for stage number 1.
Yeah, so we're going to hop on board with our race leader down the backstretch for the final time. He's saving fuel, Matthew Wood.
Yeah, you can see that gap. closing quick. He's giving Dylan Carrier a lap back, interestingly enough.
That was a nice thing to do there. He could have definitely kept him that extra lap down, but there it is, the green and white checkered flag. Matthew Wood, your stage 1 winner.
Yeah, green and white checkered flag imaginarily waving. You know, that would be nice one day if iRacing officially would add stage racing. I think it would make things a whole lot easier. But nonetheless, caution going to fly here soon in the session, and that's going to make Matthew Wood your stage 1 winner. Jordan Hand, Landon Burbage, Jonathan Gaston, Noah Blackwell round out your top 5 in stage number 1.
And there it is officially. So, folks, we're going to go take a quick break. These guys are going to rack them up, go get some fresh Goodyear, Sunoco fuel, all that good stuff. And we're going to be right back for the continuation of this one. It's the NJB Designs regular season finale, stage 2, coming up next. We are back here at the NJB Designs regular season finale here at the Dover Monster Mile. Matthew Wood holds on to that race lead on the race off pit road. Jesse, it looks like Landon Burbage second with Gaston in third.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye. It looks like Gaston might have been lined up behind Matthew Wood, and it actually does look like he's going to take that first spot on the outside lane. So a new face joining the 16 at the front potentially. Not sure what put him ahead of Burbage, but yeah, that's going to be the case. Front row going to be Matthew Wood and Jonathan Gaston.
Boy, a West Virginian hillbilly front row. Wood on the inside, Gaston on the outside.
I got to say, I think the whole state might just implode if these two were to finish 1-2 tonight.
Absolutely. West Virginia's own out front with the pace car infield is set. We're at the Dover Monster Mile, the NJB Designs regular season finale back underway. Stage number 2, green flag out.
Yeah, they hit that juicy spider restart zone, put the pedal down. Matthew Wood, good jump. It's going to be side by side for second between Landon Burbage and Jonathan Gaston. Gaston going to give that spot to Grandma's Boy up pretty easily. The two trucks back into second.
That was a great pit stop from Gaston to take over the second spot, but he gives up the spot pretty quickly nonetheless. But good night so far, sitting on a podium position out of Pennsboro, West Virginia.
Yeah, he's definitely been towards the front all night, but this is the farthest forward he's been, sitting in third spot right now. good spot for Gaston. Of course, the main storyline is a lot of guys that came down pit road during that last stage that apparently didn't have to if they would have saved enough fuel. So you've got several guys a lap or two down, like Dylan Carrier, Phil Simpson, Mr. Andy Reeves. Jeff Engler's down 2 laps. John Craverick, McBee as well as Shoot down 3. So a lot of lapped cars, only 10 trucks on the lead lap here in the start of stage number 2.
Yeah, we drop back in the field here. Noah Blackwell from NJB Designs sitting in that 9th position, trying to find some speed and get back up front.
Yeah, he was one of your hard chargers early, kind of slipped back towards where he started back in that 9th spot right now. Joseph Smith going to be ahead of him. Of course, it's hard to keep an eye on the battles with all these lapped cars. Dallas Seiwert, though, playoff hopeful. He's in your lucky dog spot if we were to have a yellow in that 38 truck. So he is fighting tooth and nail to keep that spot. He's got to hold off 15 Carrier, who's about 2 trucks back there.
It needs to make something happen. Needs to work up to the front, mainly get his lap back here, but sitting in the 11th position. He's not out of it yet.
Not out of it yet. If he can find a way to get past Mickelson, that'll be the way to do it. But the 51 is having a heck of a run. He's up in 4th place. He's trying to lock down that playoff spot out of Mesa, Arizona. He's doing everything he needs to do right now.
You know, a lot of guys just kind of show up and hope for the best, but not Wyatt Mickelson. He put in the practice all week long, sitting in the top 5.
Yeah, good run for the 51. And Ryan Holler there, he's got a traffic jam behind him, but he's found himself in the top 5. He was kind of towards the 10th place area in stage number 1, but he is doing a good job right now keeping the hold on that top 5, and he's got a little bit of a buffer back there to the 48 a hand. 4 lap cars in between him and the 6th place.
Jordan Hand here, we know he's got some speed trying to work through this lap traffic up to the 6th position. Led some laps early on.
Yeah, that's Prophet Joseph Smith there getting by him. That's 4th position. Joseph Smith in that 31, fast as always. Your points leader heading in towards the playoffs after tonight. Currently sitting in that 6th spot out of Columbia, Maryland. The Prophet himself showing the speed that he always has. He's getting by another truck here.
And mentioned in the point standings, like you said, Joseph Smith, our points leader. Then we have Landon Burbage, Dylan Carrier, Jordan Hand, and Xavier Regelbrug heads into this race. Missing this one, but he's still going to be good to go and locks himself into the playoffs.
Yeah, not sure where Xavier Regelbrug is tonight. Maybe scared of Dover? Perhaps, but either way, surely he's going to be attending next week at Watkins Glen, trying to fight for a championship, although there's a lot of heavy hitters in this field. But at the same time, I don't think that, for comparison, right, GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series, it was almost a guarantee that unless something catastrophic happened, that Sam Brochu was going to take the trophy. Whereas here in the Redemption iRacing Truck Series, it's kind of all over the place. We haven't really had a dominant truck, I would say. Joseph Smith, your points leader, but I mean, right now he's sitting back in 6th, so he's having a good run, but he's not the best truck out there. So I think it could really be anybody's championship this year.
I would definitely agree with that, and especially, you know, we see Dylan Carrier. He's up front a lot, but then sometimes he'll show up and put up the stinkers. So we're just going to have to wait and see how this plays out as Landon Burbage is taking back the race lead after starting on the pole.
Hey, yeah, I got to say, if anybody's the most consistent in this whole field, it's going to be Landon Burbage. I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I believe he has somewhere like, I think it's something like 9 top 5s in 10 races or something crazy like that heading into the night. But he's having an incredible season, but he's not even your points leader, and he hasn't even found a win yet. So we've seen consistency not be enough for drivers in the past with the playoff system. Landon Burbage could fall short once again if that is the case.
Looking at the board here, Jesse, fastest last lap. Dallas Seiwert, the fastest truck on the track right now.
And I'll tell you why that's probably the case is if you look there on the tower on your left-hand side, Dylan Carrier now is ahead of that 38 of Dallas Seiwert. That's the lucky dog battle. Dallas Seiwert's probably driving like a man possessed because he's sitting there looking at that 3-point gap he had heading into tonight and just watching that gap grow with every stage, desperately I'm sure wanting to get back on the lead lap so he can hopefully try to contend for a spot in these playoffs.
Definitely the case here as we head into lap number 69. Landon Burbage, your race leader out front with Matthew Wood second, Gaston third, Mickelson and Holler round out your top 5.
What a great lap it is. Stage number 2, 19 laps down of 50. Of course, the end of stage 2 is going to be right at about lap 100, and then a 100-lap final stage going to be on tap to decide who's going to take this win tonight. And Landon Burbage getting the lead up to now to about a second over Matthew Wood.
Yeah, looks to be getting the job done right now. He's about 9/10 of a second ahead of Matthew Wood. Let's see if he can hold him off, or maybe Matthew Wood might be safe.
Well, if stage number 1 is any indication, I bet the 16 is just taking his time and saving what he needs to save, because we saw this kind of same situation happen where he gave up the lead to somebody else, but by the end of stage 1, I mean, he was out front by a country mile. So I'm almost a little surprised that the two of Landon Burbage didn't see that in stage 1 and think, man, he's got it figured out. Let me try to copy what he's doing. But instead, Burbage trying to take off from the lead here.
We drop back in the field a little bit here in the 8th position out of Livonia, Georgia. Danny White up to 8th here after struggling early on.
Yeah, he's had a kind of an average start to this race. He's 2 spots down from where he qualified in that 6th spot, but I mean, he's doing a good job of holding off some fast trucks. Noah Blackwell right there behind him. He's got a win or 2 this season in that number 18 truck, but not able to get by that 79 of Danny White. But it seems like passing is going to be pretty difficult here at Dover. That bottom line is definitely preferred, so you got to get a good run on somebody to get by him, I imagine.
I would definitely agree with that statement there as we jump back up to 4th out of Mesa, Arizona. Again, playoff hopeful Wyatt Mickelson. He's doing everything he can to secure that final playoff spot here. Wants to go into Watkins Glen with a big yellow banner on that truck.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. I mean, he's about 4 seconds back from the leader, but that's not what matters here tonight for the 51 of Mickelson. He's just trying to be consistent, not have any trouble happen. And I'm sure if he gets good stage points here, he pretty much would lock down the playoff spot. Being that Dallas Seiwert's sitting in 12th right now, he's going to be out of the stage points unless something drastic happens, as we're halfway through stage number 2.
And right now we're watching Joseph Smith get around the lap car here of Dallas Seiwert. Right behind him going to be Jordan Hand in a battle of what's going to be for the 6th position.
Yeah, Smith and Hand are right next to each other. They have been for probably the entire stage, it seems like. Smith probably trying to use the 38 there of Dallas Seiwert as a little bit of a block, not able to really do it, but for half a lap maybe. And Jordan Hand going to be trying to chase down the 31 once again.
It looks like Matthew Wood starting to reel in your race leader of Landon Burbage out front. Matthew Wood hoping to take back that top spot.
I can't say I'm all that surprised. I mean, we saw it happen in stage 1. Somebody else takes the lead, runs away, and then Matthew Wood just pulls him back like he's got a rope attached to the truck. I mean, it's just happening all over again, just like stage number 1. I'm sure it will be only a handful of laps before he's back past that 2 of Burbage, unfortunately, for Grandma Annie back at home.
Yeah, race lead down to about 0.2 of a second. Every lap he's just chipping away. It's only a matter of time before I think that 16 truck is back to the point.
I just want to give a shout out to that 75 truck there on your screen on the right-hand side. That Jonathan Gaston had a quiet stage 1, but he's held on to this 3rd spot, and he's, it's not like it's a big, like a small gap either. He's 3 seconds ahead of the 4th place car of Wyatt Mickelson, so he's doing a great job here in stage number 2, sitting in a 3rd spot.
Yeah, sitting on a podium position here with only about 20 laps remaining here in stage number 2. We're going to take a quick break, folks, and we will be right back. Don't you touch that dial, though. You're going to want to see the end of stage number 2 here in the NJB Designs regular season finale here with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series.
Don't.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stage
We are back here at the Dover Monster Mile with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series NJB Designs regular season finale. Jesse, what are you seeing on track?
I'm seeing your top three being the class of the field right here, especially the 16 of Matthew Wood with about a second lead now over the 2 of Landon Burbage, and then about 3 seconds back to Jonathan Gaston. Then it's a big old gap back to that 51 of Wyatt Mickelson, by over almost 6.5 seconds back with 15 to go in stage 2. And I don't think we're having pit stops here in stage number 2. I think everybody's pretty much learned that you can make it on fuel as long as you save up a little bit.
Absolutely. Matthew Wood took back that race lead, and he's out front by about 1.2 seconds. So he's looking to sweep the stages here with just about 14 laps left to go.
Yeah, and from everything I've seen from the 16 tonight, it's not really a surprise. He seems to have a good handle on saving tire and saving fuel, and that's what's going to give you success when you have these long green flag runs. Of course, no cautions tonight for incident. We've had that one yellow for the stage caution, but other than that, it's been clean and green. Nobody really getting into any sort of scuffles or anything.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising, how difficult this track was lined up to be at 119 degrees. These guys are all driving within their limits for sure, though.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of talk coming into tonight to make sure you in practice, you concentrate and see what the truck's going to do and learn how it drives. And I got to say, I think people took the warning seriously because I'm sure when it comes to the race control's mind heading into tonight, they didn't think that this thing was going to stay green with these track conditions, but everybody's done a responsible job keeping the trucks under control. People are, smacking the wall out of the corners, but just scraping along them and keeping back going. Nothing really crazy has happened at all tonight.
Absolutely, and with just 12 laps left to go, we're looking at Phil Simpson out of Sturbridge, Massachusetts, in 13th position, looking to make some moves.
Yeah, he's trying to get up in that fight for the lucky dog spot, getting by Dallas Seiwert, whose playoff hopes are dwindling by the second, but he's got a long way to go to get up there to Dylan Carrier in the 15. So the 22 of Phil Simpson doing a decent job in 12th, but still a lap down.
Prophet Joseph Smith still sitting in 7th with Noah Blackwell 8th, Danny White in 9th, and Vincent Provenzano. He's gained 6 spots to start this race. He is up to 10.
He's surely your HMS TV hard charger at the moment. You look
Surely
back
not.
a couple spots. Oh,
Wyatt
well, am I mistaken?
Wyatt Mickelson top of the board there on the HMS TV hard chargers.
Good for the 51 of Mickelson, having a good run. Vincent Provenzano, the second most spots gained. Phil Simpson and Dallas Seiwert both up 5, but Dallas Seiwert, of course, needs more than 5 spots to be able to make it into the playoffs with Wyatt Mickelson having such a good run.
Yeah, Provenzano makes another pass there. That's going to tie him with Mickelson for the hard charger board with 8 laps left to go here in stage number 2.
And the lead just continues to grow. Matthew Wood up front by about 2 seconds. Burbage leads Gaston by about 2.5 seconds, that gap from second to third. So everybody's getting pretty spread out. No real close battles on the track. I think the closest is probably there for that 7th spot between Joseph Smith and Noah Blackwell, but not a whole lot going on as this stage winds down. No cautions to speak of, and it's quiet on the track.
That is for certain. Matthew Wood looks to have this stage in the bag, basically, with just 7 laps left to go. If it'll stay green, Landon Burbage cruising in 2nd, Gaston 3rd. Then we have Mickelson and Jordan Hand with the 5th position.
Doing a good job staying consistent. It's not as good of a run as he probably hoped for in stage number 2. He was in a podium spot for most of stage number 1. As you can see him side by side behind him for that 7th spot between Noah Blackwell and Joseph Smith. But he's having a good run nonetheless. Looks like Noah Blackwell is going to take that spot over the Prophet.
Yes, that's going to move the Prophet back to 8th here unless he uses the bumper to move the 18 back out of the way.
Noah Blackwell with a nod to Ricky Bobby on the back of that thing with the Cougar on the truck. Also a nod to Greg Biffle there, bottom right. Kind of missed that at first glance, but you can see the number 16 forever there. Bottom right of that truck. Good touching tribute there to the Biff.
100%. Blackwell trying to bring home a top 10 run. And Joseph Smith looking to go down pit road.
This confuses me a little bit, though. The 31 not learn to save enough fuel. Hits pit road. Nobody else. Well, Brennan Shute has this stage, but I mean, he's several laps down at this point, so nobody else has managed to find their way to pit road. Joseph Smith, did he just not save enough fuel?
That's what it appears to me. Joseph Smith maybe thought he could make it and just realized not a chance, so he's going to go down pit road. Unfortunately for him, he's going to fall a couple laps down.
Yeah, at a track like Dover, that's the last thing you want to do is have to pit during green flag when you know no one else has to, because it's one thing if this was the final stage and it was green flag stops, because everybody else is going to have to pit, but if everybody stays out, gets the yellow flag here with 2 to go in stage number 2, he's going to be a bit behind the 8 ball, and he's officially 2 laps down now, back in 13th.
And we're going to hop on board our race leader of Matthew Wood out of Nicholas, West Virginia, going through turns 3 and 4. Going to be 1 lap left to go here in stage number 2 this time around.
Matthew Wood looking to sweep the stages here unless something catastrophic happens. Landon Burbage, Jonathan Gaston, Jordan Hand, Wyatt Mickelson make up the top 5 here on the final lap of stage number 2. Don't see that changing whatsoever here. Big gaps for every position. Matthew Wood goes through turns 3 and 4.
It looks like it's all done here out of turn 4 for the final time in stage number 2. Stage 2 winner going to go to Matthew Wood, second Landon Burbage, followed by Jonathan Gaston, Jordan Hand, and Wyatt Mickelson. Your top 5 here in stage 2 with the NJB designed regular season finale.
No surprise at the front of the field. Matthew Wood's been the class of the field. He didn't get the pole position, but Landon Burbage in second was able to snag that from him. But Matthew Wood didn't hesitate to take the lead, and he's been up front pretty much ever since, with the exception of a couple times he's let some people by to lead some laps.
Yep, well, we're going to take a quick break while we rack them up and they all head back down pit road once again. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel. You're watching the Dover Monster Mile Redemption iRacing Truck Series regular season finale here, put on by NJB Designs. We'll be right back. We are back here at the Dover Monster Mile. Me and Jesse were just, we were having a great time with those Hutchinson Motorsports TV tunes, weren't we, Jesse?
Yeah, we were just up here in the booth just kind of jamming, and then the production team was like, hey guys, we got to go back live. They're gridded, and we're going into turn 3, and we're like, can't we just keep listening to the music?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they were going to delay the caution maybe an extra lap or two so we could continue to enjoy those tunes, but unfortunately they did not, and the pace car is in. Field is set. It's going to be Matthew Wood on the inside, Landon Burbage on the outside, into the juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag back in the air here at Dover.
Yeah, another trademark launch for the 16 of Wood finds himself into the front. It's going to be side-by-side for second and fourth behind him. It's going to be Landon Burbage and Jordan Hand battling it out like it's stage number 1 here in the final stage. Jordan Hand going to cover that spot up, and Landon Burbage scrapes the wall a little bit. Didn't hurt anything, though. He's not going to give up the ghost yet, but they're side-by-side behind him there for fourth.
Yeah, Jordan Hand kind of threw a little bit of a slide job, maybe a late cover-up, and Anna Alessandro is waiting at the pit stall of the 48 already.
Yeah, she's going to have the cane in hand, and she's going to be cracking it against Jordan Hand's back if he does anything to her baby boy in that 2 truck.
Well, but what a great night so far for him. That number 2 machine looking good as always. Has been in the top 3 the entire night. See if he can finish on the podium.
Yeah, it's been a great night for him, and it's been a great season overall. Of course, this is the NJB Designs regular season finale here at Dover Motor Speedway, and Landon Burbage been the most consistent driver in the field. Just really hasn't found the speed yet to come away with a win, but I'm sure it's going to happen at some point here in the Redemption iRacing Truck Series.
And we're going to hop on board our 5th place truck, Jonathan Gasson, as he gets a run on the 4th place truck of Mickelson, looking underneath him out of Pennsboro, West Virginia, trying to take over this 4th spot.
And you can see there, I don't know how well the folks at home could see his wheel moving there, but he had to collect that truck a little bit going through the corner, had a little bit of right turn input. That tells me that even though these guys have had great control and that we haven't had a single wreck so far tonight, that still tells me that these trucks are on the edge of grip. They're loose coming out of the corners, but everybody's just done a really good job of not spinning the things out.
Yeah, you see your top 6 here. They're all pretty bunched up. Single file through the field. Matthew Wood continues to hold the top spot. See if maybe the 48 of Jordan Hand can maybe take back that top spot for the first time since early on.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out for it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jordan Hand, Landon Burbage, and Jonathan Gassett have kind of said, okay, the 16, he's better than us, and so we just need to kind of let him control the pace here. There's no point in passing the guy if he's just going to end up passing us back in 15, 20 laps. So maybe they've learned to just kind of save their tire, bide their time, but we'll have to wait and see.
What a great race so far here with the NJB Design regular season finale here at Dover. Matthew Wood still the point man. He's led most of the laps here tonight. He swept the stages, but can he do the most important task of parking in victory lane?
We will just have to wait and see. I'd say the odds are pretty in his favor at the moment. He's done good. As you mentioned, swept stages 1 and 2, looking to sweep the entire race. I mean, I don't know how many laps he's led, but I'm sure it's an astronomical number compared to the rest of the field right now.
Yeah, as Matthew Wood continues to sit on the point here, we jump around the field just a bit.
No one's been able to beat him yet.
Yeah, but a big shout out, though. Jordan Hand's done a great job tonight. He's been up front all night long. He's really been the only guy challenging him since the early part of this race.
Yeah, he didn't have a whole lot of track position in stage number 2, and it took him a while to get back towards the front of the field, but he did find himself restarting stage number 3 here in 3rd place, found his way to the 2nd spot after the restart, and we're going to have to see if he's got anything for that 16 of Matthew Wood.
Drop back here. Looks like Danny White is side by side here trying to make a move, currently up to the 5th position, making the pass on Mickelson.
Yeah, good run for the 79. Wyatt Mickelson, of course, on that final playoff spot, at least coming into the night with stage points that could have been shifted around a little bit, but 51 looking to make his way into the playoffs, as well as the man there on your screen in that number 18, Noah Blackwell. He's pretty securely into the playoff, I would say, not really at risk of missing it.
Meanwhile, Vincent Provenzano, again, just putting around this track, sitting in the top 10 out of Carpentersville, Illinois. He's ready for the playoffs.
These guys are, of course, that's going to be starting next week. The Redemption iRacing Series season number 1 playoffs going to get underway. 12 drivers going to make the cut. Dallas Seiwert was trying to fight a way in, but right now he's a lap down. He's in that lucky dog position, but I think this thing might stay clean and green. We haven't had a caution yet, so with 84 to go, I think the 38's hopes might be dashed a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't heard much from this guy here in a little bit, but in the 3rd position, it's going to be that 2 truck of Landon Burbage out of Monk's Corner, sitting in 3rd.
He's done a great job staying consistently towards the front, kind of like you said, of the 48 a hand. Burbage been one of the fast guys here tonight and all season. Definitely one to watch every week, but just doesn't seem to be able to really finish the races out. He always seems to be bouncing around the top 5, but doesn't really come away with wins too often.
And then right behind him, Jonathan Gaston, Pennsboro, West Virginians, right there with the leaders. You know, your top 4, kind of a little breakaway pack right here, bumper to bumper.
Yeah, he kind of had a quiet stage 1, kind of showed up out of nowhere stage number 2, and he's done good here in this final stage to stay with these guys, as he's looking right there at the back bumper of the 2 of Burbage. But it's been a pretty good run for the 75 truck out of Pennsboro, West Virginia, and it really is a 4-car, 4-truck train. As you can see, Danny White there on the top of your screen, he's sitting about 2 seconds back from these 4 guys, so he's got some work to do if he wants to be part of this race.
Let's take a look at this guy right here, Dylan Carrier. We mentioned finally got back on the lead lap at the end of stage 2. Well, he finds himself up to 7th out of Kendallville, Indiana.
Yeah, it's been a quiet night for the 15. He hasn't really shown crazy speed. Kind of been outside of the top 5 all night, but looking to make his way back forward after some interesting pit strategy in stage number 1, kind of got him behind the 8 ball. I believe he was the lucky dog at the end of stage number 2, and that's why he's back on the lead lap. But he's doing a good job trying to make his way forward here in that 15.
Well, Matthew Wood continues to pace the field. 79 laps left to go. I think we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Larry McReynolds has a quick message for you. Don't you worry, though, folks. After we get back, we're going to go Hutchinson Motorsports TV side by side. We'll see you in a moment. Here, you're watching the NJB Designs regular season finale, the Dover Monster Mile.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
We are back here at the Dover Monster Mile, NJB Designs regular season finale. Matthew Wood still your race leader with Jonathan Hand and Landon Burbage hanging right there with him.
Yeah, it's pretty much been your top three all night, it feels like, the 16, the 48, and the 2. Of course, Grandma Anna is thrilled in the chat that Landon's doing so good tonight in that 2 truck. Sitting on the podium right now. Of course, right behind him, you got Jonathan Gaston kind of hoping to make his way into that podium position, and then rounding out your top 5, the man with the chrome, the fastest white on HMS TV, Danny White in that 79 truck.
Yeah, Jonathan Gaston, he was right there with those top 3 on the back bumper, but he has fallen off a little bit, but still doing great sitting in that 4th position.
I can't say I'm all that surprised about how the 75 has slipped back a little bit. He didn't really show the same speed as these guys had in stage number 1, and it could have just been good track position that got him in the position he was in during stage number 2, which he had a decent finish in, but now it's kind of showing in this final stage that your top 3 right now, Wood, Hand, and Burbage, really are not guys to mess with. They are the fastest out there by far. So we're just going to have to see with 69 to go if that's going to change.
And looking at the pit strategy board, these guys did make it the 50 laps both stints. So obviously, I think the strategy is pretty straightforward here. You're going to see him pit with around 50 laps left to go.
I think that's going to be pretty common. The window might open right pretty much at lap 50. Don't know how long it's going to be open for. It could be a pretty tight pit window here tonight, knowing that guys were clutching in, trying to save fuel in stage number 1 almost desperately for some of them. So they could all be coming down in a cluster right when we hit about lap 150, 151, somewhere in that area. You might see the pit lanes get absolutely flooded, which isn't something you normally see during green flag conditions.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Dylan Carrier up to the 5th position. He's figured something out. He's finally working back up to the field for getting that lap back earlier.
He's sliding that truck a little bit sideways out of the corner, putting the pedal to the metal, trying to find his way forward. He's been kind of behind the 8 ball all day. Ended up a couple laps down at the end of stage number 1, fighting for the lucky dog pretty much all of stage 2, and finally gets it as he gets by Kraverick there, who's 5 laps down. What a trooper staying out there in that 69 truck. I said he had plenty of time to figure this track out. I don't know if he's going to do it. 79 is spinning, doing donuts. What in the world? He must have been trying to hit pit road and just looped it.
See this replay here, folks. Yeah, 79, last second decision to go down pit road, and here you go. Wham! Oh my God.
Oh, he hit the barrels. I don't know what his... he couldn't have made it. He could have been trying to 2-stop this thing. That's the only thing I can think of. With 65 to go, but it definitely did not work out for the 79.
Yeah, but we jump back up towards the front, and Jordan Hand still sitting in the 2nd position. We got a few guys down pit road. I think some of these guys just decided they weren't going 50 laps.
That has to be the case. They may be thinking with the tire fall off, it could be a little bit quicker to do a 2-stop strategy. I personally doubt it. We'll have to wait and see what actually happens. I know Matthew Wood in that 16, he's got it on cruise control right now, like he's going down the highway in American Truck Sim, but he's just rolling right now. I'm sure he's going to be pitting at about 50. No worries for that 16 when it comes to the fuel saving.
Yeah, this guy, he's just a machine out here. I tell you what, just lap after lap, he hits the same spot every single corner. It's like watching a robot.
Yeah, it does seem that way. I gotta say, and as I just realized he's out of West Virginia, so is the 75 with Jonathan Gaston. Don't know if they know each other at all, but I mean,
oh yeah, Jesse,
I feel
everybody,
like everybody in West Virginia probably knows each other.
Yeah, obviously, if you're in West Virginia, I mean, you know everybody in West Virginia.
I gotta say, Blake, just a little bit of lore about my life. I almost got lost in the mountains of West Virginia one night on my way back from Ohio. I legitimately thought that I might have to sleep in our truck because we couldn't find our Airbnb we had rented. We had no service. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing, and by the time we were in the mountains and out of service, we were already kind of cooked, and the GPS was absolutely no help. It had no clue where this place was, but we finally found it after driving back and forth about 6 times on this one little road with no lights.
Yeah, well, Jesse, they don't really care much about the GPS in West Virginia because they know most of the citizens over there can't read.
That that's a good point. Why would you worry about a GPS if you know they can't read a map?
Absolutely, but Noah Blackwell sitting in the sixth position. Oh, look out! Almost junks the sixth car there, able to keep it rolling.
The six about shooted his pants there, got a little sketchy, but able to get through it. Blackwell definitely got a little nervous there in that 18.
But we jump back out front. Matthew Wood, a 2.3 second lead with just 59 laps left to go. The only thing keeping him from another win is one more pit stop.
It's going to be interesting, as I said before, it's going to be interesting to see how the two-stop strategy compares to the one-stop. I will say, if the 16 of Woods happened to kind of slow his laps down in order to save that fuel, it could really potentially come into play, but I think one-stop's the way to go. But even if that's the case, he's still found a way to just run away from the 48 of Hand and the 2 of Burbage. I mean, 2.5 seconds is the lead now. So he's just got something figured out that these other guys don't.
Yeah, it seems this way. You know, Matthew Wood, one of the most talented drivers in the field, and it is obvious here tonight at the NJB Designs regular season finale with the playoffs starting next week. Jesse, where are we starting at? Is it Iowa or is? Can't remember.
Just a second, I'll give you that information.
While Jesse looks that up, we jump back out front. Look at this Racers for Christ number 16 machine of Matthew Wood. Dominated this race. 56 more laps left to go for him.
I will say, Blake, we've got one of your favorite style of tracks starting out the playoffs. We got a road course. We got Watkins Glen coming up on the 10th. I'm sure you're absolutely thrilled about that. But the week after that, race number 2 of round 1 is going to be Chicagoland. And then the elimination, which I'm sure will have some fireworks. Your first eliminations of the playoffs is going to be happening at North Wilkesboro.
Wow. That's a pretty interesting elimination track. I'm not sure we've had a series have North Wilkesboro with an elimination track, and that's going to be cool to see.
I think it's going to be, honestly, a blast. It's going to be some beating and banging, and you might even see some virtual fighting when it comes to the Redemption iRacing series, trying to make their way to the next round of the playoffs. As you see one of our drivers on a 2-stop strategy, that's going to be the 6 of Shoot. He's 6 laps down, actually, so not sure if he's on the strategy, but Jeff Engler 4 laps down, getting by the 48 of Hand. Not sure what these guys are thinking, but I know that they're on some fast tires right now compared to that 48. Is the pit window going to be opening for these one-stop guys here in about 3 laps?
You just heard the call for the move on over to the 25 truck, Jeff Engler. We are on board in the 13th position. Engler, he's only 4 laps down, Jesse. I think he might still win this one.
Hey, he's got a freaking shot, man. Anyone's got a shot when you've got something as daggone beautiful on your car as that 25 does. It's just so dadgum American. I can't stand it.
110% as Jeff Engler keeps pushing the pedal down all the way here at the Dover Monster Mile. 52 laps left to go. When are these leaders going to come down pit road?
It's got to be any moment. I mean, they can't make it more than 50 laps, really, so it's going to be right on the wire as the 6 looking to get one of his laps back here over Matthew Wood. Yeah, as you can see there, bottom right of your screen, they've been 47 laps now on this set of tires and fuel, so they've got about 3 or 4 more laps before they're really starting to push the fumes on this tank. So you're going to see them start hitting pit road any minute now.
Yeah, I think the thing to do here, stay out there until the very last lap you can, because you never know, you might get a green-white checkered or something at the end. So they're going to try to save as much fuel as they can for the very end, but 50 left to go. The pit window is officially open.
And we'll see who decides to bite the bullet first. Dylan Carrier, I believe, hits pit road, as well as Joseph Smith. So pit stop's definitely starting here on 151. Matthew Wood going to make it another lap around. He isn't pitting yet.
Jordan Hand and Landon Burbage in second and third positions, respectfully. 49 laps left to go. We're in the final stage of the NJB Designs regular season finale here at the Monster Mile of Dover.
Will the pit stops happen this time for your front runners? Matthew Wood comes down this time, making sure not to speed. That'd be the worst way for the 16 to lose this race, is a mistake on pit road. Jordan Hand, Landon Burbage going to go around at least one more time.
Yeah, Jonathan Gasson heads down pit road, though, so your top two going to stay out an extra lap. Figured, they may as well try something different. They know they're not going to beat Matthew Wood straight up, so you may as well maybe run an extra lap or two and see what happens.
Yeah, a lot of people play the follow the leader strategy, but the only problem with that is if you just keep following the leader, you'll never be the leader. The 48 tries to hit pit road and he missed it. The 2 of Burbage does get slowed down, but that's a crucial mistake for the 48 a hand. He tried to pit, couldn't make pit road, and he's going to have to come around and try again. Will he have enough fuel?
I hope he doesn't run out here. We know he's pushing it pretty close. Let's listen in. Oh, he's out, Jesse.
Oh, crucial mistake for the 48 of Jordan Hand. He's sputtering down the backstretch. He's going to make it to pit road, but the amount of time the 48 has lost, he's surely not in a podium position for this race anymore. That is a painful mistake for the 48 a hand, but it just goes to show how crucial it is to practice your green flag stops.
Absolutely, and remember, he loses a little time on the pit entry, missing pit road as well, but he's going to eventually putt into that pit stall. But again, you have to slow down the pit road speed, and then you have to coast from there. So it's going to be a little while for Jordan Hand.
Technically, he led that lap, first one across the stripe, but we're going to have to see where it all pans out. I believe Matthew Wood is going to take back the lead here in just a few moments. Landon Burbage, though, gonna have to wait and see how big of a gap it is. It looks like it's about a 7-second gap to Burbage, who's now in second. Good Lord. Matthew Wood had an amazing pit stop compared to the 2 of Burbage.
Yeah, Jesse, I'm looking at some statistics here. Looks like the pit time was the same, but the difference was the pit lap time. So the entry and exit off of pit road. You're looking at about a second difference, I think.
1 second in pit road can mean a ton on the track. It does not translate 1-to-1 necessarily. I mean, Burbage was down maybe 3 or 4 seconds to the 16 of Wood before the 16 came down pit road. Combined with a lap on fresh tires and then the better pit entry for the 16, he's got a heck of a lead now with 44 to go. If he had that thing on cruise control before, it's definitely on cruise control now.
Yeah, if this thing stays green, you may as well just run on down to the track, hand over that checkered flag, because the 16 of Matthew Wood looks unbeatable right now.
And look at where Jordan Hand finds himself, all the way back in 6th place after the pits have cycled out. The Dylan Carrier, Jonathan Gath, Noah Blackwell all have gotten by the 48 a hand just based off that one mistake. He's trying to hold off the 33 of Ryan Holler there in 7th. And everybody else is laps down. So we've got a top 7 fight for the lead lap right now. And Ryan Holler in that 33, he might be going down a lap any minute here.
Yes, sir. As he works around some lap traffic here, we jump around, see what else we got going on. And how about this, Jesse? Dylan Carrier up to 3rd.
Definitely a comeback story for the 15. He's been quiet all night, finds himself in the podium position now thanks to the mistake by the 48. And Dylan's clutching in through the corner. He's trying to save fuel, trying to get it out of the way early. So keep that in mind, that the 15 of Carrier going a little slower than he probably could, trying to save gas.
Yeah, well, I got the Juicy Spider drone cam out here, and look at this beautiful truck, Jesse. We haven't talked about it yet much here tonight, but my, oh my, this is done by Noah over at NJB Designs. NJBdesigns.com, folks. Noah Blackwell made a beautiful machine right here for Dylan Carrier, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, all over this truck.
That thing is definitely sharp for the 15 there, Dylan Carrier. He ended up not running it a couple weeks back when I covered the Redemption iRacing Truck Series, and I was very disappointed in Dylan that he had a different paint job on. I'm glad to see that he switched back.
Yes, sir. He's going to continue on as he gives up that third position, drops back to fourth, but still plenty of time left. 39 laps remain here in the NJB Designs regular season finale here with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series.
Whoa, Jeff Engler getting in the way of the 15 a little bit there. We're going to have to see how that sorts out. But Matthew Wood continues to lead the way. Yes, Dylan Carrier does get by the 25 there. Makes the pass. But Matthew Wood, no competition out here right now. He's hoping this thing stays green. The only way that he is going to lose is if he makes a mistake on his own or if they end up having a yellow flag and this thing gets re-racked. Because let's be honest, if that is the case, anything could happen towards the end of this race. If they get another restart, somebody could just send it and dump the 16 and his night could be over just that easy.
Yeah, you never know in racing. You definitely got to finish the races nonetheless, but still right now only 6 cars are on the lead lap. Jordan Hand has maintained that lead lap spot.
And you would think with that few cars rather on the lead lap, you would think, man, it must be a caution fest, a wreck fest. These are destroyed trucks. No, this thing's clean and green. The only time I think a truck's been actually damaged was when was that the 79 of Danny White smacked the pit wall, or was that somebody else? I'm pretty sure it was him.
Yeah, there was a 79 Danny White. He smoked that those sneaky those barrels there on the pit road entry.
Yeah, they do just jump out and get you out of nowhere. But I'm pretty sure that's the only time a truck has had any damage out here other than just smacking the wall real good out of turns 2 or 4. It's been a quiet race, just kind of ticking down laps. As we've only got 35 to go, they're going to be flying by in no time here.
Yep, chipping away one by one. Again, we've had some great racing here tonight so far. I've seen some great battles through the field as Noah Blackwell has found a top 5 position.
Good run for the 18. He's kind of been in the back, I wouldn't say the back half of the field, but whoa, look out, the 6 getting in the way a little bit there, smacks the wall. Scary moment there for Brendan Chute again. Noah Blackwell, Brendan Chute just keep finding themselves next to each other, and it gets sketchy, but you can see there, bottom right of your screen, HMS TV Hard Chargers. Noah Blackwell's name is on that list, up 5 spots, but the real HMS TV Hard Chargers, the man there in what position is he? He's in 8th right now. Vincent Provenzano up 8 spots. Out of Carpentersville, Illinois, having a great run. Phil Simpson as well, sitting in the 11th spot, up 6 spots, as well as Dallas Syward. He's up in 12th, up 6 spots, but unfortunately for him, unless something drastic happens, he's 2 laps down. Dallas Syward's playoff hopes gonna be crushed.
Yeah, but Jesse, how about we take a look here? Walk us through our manufacturer standings.
So pretty even throughout the field. Chevy leading the way as you see Matthew Wood, the fastest Chevy driver out there right now, in first. Jonathan Gaston leading the way for the Fords. They're in third with the second best average throughout the field of 9.8 for the Fords. Only 5 of them in the field, and then Dylan Carrier, your fastest Toyota, he's sitting in that 4th spot right now. That beautiful HMS TV machine. Toyota's going to be the slowest manufacturer in the field, average of 11.1. Not looking good. The Chevys lead the way here tonight.
Absolutely, with Matthew Wood, your race leader. Looks like he's got 7, almost 8 seconds here between him and the second place truck of Landon Burbage.
Do you reckon for the 16 of Matthew Wood, do you reckon it's almost getting a little boring for him here? He's led, pull up the lap leaders. I got to see how many laps it's been for the 16 leading the way of this thing. 135 laps for Matthew Wood compared to 22 for Burbage and 18 for Jordan Hand. I mean, he's looking to lead over 150 laps of this 200 lap race. Do you reckon it's getting a little boring maybe for the 16 of Wood at this point?
It definitely could be. And, you know, honestly, in my opinion, I think he could have led 200 laps if he really wanted to.
Yeah, he honestly, you're not wrong. He probably could have held those guys off if he wanted to, but it's kind of one of those things, like, who knows what could have happened if he would have tried to stay in the lead. Maybe he burned his tires up and those other guys can get by him, but he did the smart thing, let them burn their stuff up, and then just passed him right back like they were sitting still. But I mean, he swept the stages, and his lead is over up to 8 seconds now with 27 to go. It's been a perfect night pretty much for the 16.
Yeah, we drop back here to the second place truck of Landon Burbage. We know Anna Alessandro in the chat. She's got to be pumped up. He's been up front all night long. Good podium run here tonight if he can finish the job.
You know, she's jumping up and down for joy. Super stoked for the run the two truck has got right now. You go a little farther back, about 4 more seconds back to Jonathan Gaston. He's holding down your final podium spot right now with 26 to go. 3 seconds back to Dylan Carrier. He's got about a straightaway advantage right now out of Pennsboro, West Virginia with 25 to go. 75 having a super good run here tonight.
Absolutely. So your top 3 all sitting pretty, but don't count out this guy sitting in 4th, Dylan Carrier, looking to challenge for one of those podium spots. He's not too far back here between your 3rd place truck of Jonathan Gaston.
He's starting to run out of time a little bit, though, I got to say. 24 to go. He's really got to start making up some ground if he's going to find his way into that podium spot. As you see Dallas Syward ahead of him there, a couple laps down, smacking the wall a little bit. He can't have the 38 hold him up too much either as he looks to the outside.
He's going to make, looking to get a run on the outside. See, we're looking to throw a block on him, saying, you're not going to get by me, but he does it anyway.
Good Lord. I mean, Dallas Syward's his own teammate, Carrier Motorsports on the back of that 38. I mean, there must have been some miscommunication there, what the plan was, as it looked like the 38 maybe trying to go to pit road. But if you're 15 to Dylan Carrier, you might be cursing a little bit, hoping and wishing that that could have been a little bit cleaner. I mean, he lost about a second to the 75.
Well, we drop back to 5th, though. Noah Blackwell rounding out your top 5. He's a bit far back, though, of your 4th place truck of Dylan Carrier.
Yeah, if you thought the gap between 3rd and 4th was large, the gap from 4th to 5th even larger. Jordan Hand right there trying to make some ground back up, of course, after his crucial, unfortunate mistake trying to make it to pit road. Just straight up overshot his pit entry, had to go back around again on fumes. But he's trying to make his way back into the top 5. He surely would have been on the podium had it not been for that crucial pit road error.
Yeah, still got plenty of time with 21 laps left to go here in your regular season finale, sponsored by NJB Designs here at the Dover Monster Mile.
20 laps to go. Leads almost up to 10 seconds now for Matthew Wood. He's having a flawless race. Done everything he's needed to do. Ran a perfect race, I must say, for the 16, and fixing to be 19 to go. He doesn't have much competition out here at all. 6 drivers on your lead lap. Several drivers multiple laps down. You got 4 drivers out of the race completely. It's going to be Danny White, Mr. Andy Reeves, Shane McBee, and William Connolly, who I honestly believe is being your race control.
And Jordan Hand made the pass on Noah Blackwell, so Hand up to the 5th position, moving Blackwell back to 6th.
Yeah, good thing for Jordan Hand. He's got a fast truck. And like I said, he'd probably be holding on to that 2nd spot if it wasn't for that mistake he had. But Landon Burbage, I'm sure, is definitely thankful to take over that 2nd spot from him, no issue.
As the laps continue to fall off the board, 17 left to go. These fans are still on their feet. They're off their seats. They are pumped up. They're ready to see who can park this truck in victory lane.
Yeah, and if you're a fan hanging out in the chat, go ahead and take a look at the description of this video. That's where you can find a link to our Discord. Come hang out with us there. That's where you can find information on all these different leagues, things that are going on in the server, or maybe people have thrown a race up here and there or whatever, maybe a special event. And, you know, even once in a while, very, very occasionally, sometimes there'll even be a power rankings.
One of these days you might see them, but be sure to click that like button on the video for us, folks. Subscribe to the channel, really helps us out. Drop a comment, let us know what's going on, all that good stuff. We want to hear from our fans here at HMS TV, and we appreciate each and every one of you here as we head into 2026.
Yeah, nothing more important than the fans. I mean, I don't know if you remember the number off the top of your head, but we were talking about it the other day. You started the year 2025. I mean, me and Christian, not even technically really a part of the team here at HMS TV. Maybe in the 100 to 200 subscriber range, and here by the start of 2026, we're getting ready to break 1,100 subscribers. It's been quite a journey here for the channel, and I hope it just keeps going forward.
Absolutely a big season. I never would have thought we were going to hit 1,000 in 2025. I thought it was going to take us some more time, but nonetheless, we did it. But we are down to 14 laps left to go. Again, Landon Burbage sitting in second with Jonathan Gasson rounding out your podium in third for now.
These three in your top three have been doing a great job, but the gap from Dylan Carrier, you can see him there on the screen now. He has made his way forward. He's only about a second back from the 75 of Gaston. With 13 to go, the battle for third may be real, but listen to that. Dylan Carrier clutching in, saving fuel. Will he be able to save enough fuel and also catch this 75 of Jonathan Gaston?
Boy, it's interesting to see him saving fuel. Let's pull up your pit strategy board, see when he pit, maybe a little earlier than the others, and that is the case.
Yeah, he's a lap earlier than your leader right now, Matthew Wood, so he's burned a lap more of fuel. So Dylan Carrier playing on the edge, having to save every single drop he can. And you can hear it when we were on that in-car previously. You could hear him pushing that clutch in, trying to save every drop he can, but there comes a point with 11 laps to go. You're looking at a guy that you can pass in front of you. You just got to send it.
Yep. You know, at a certain point, you're either going to make it or you're not. But Carrier knows he is pretty close, and it looks like Blackwell gets a little loose there on the front stretch with just 10 laps left to go. Race leader Matthew Wood coming up on that back bumper to maybe put him a lap down.
Yeah, we might only have the top 5 left on the lead lap if the leader can get by Noah Blackwell here. Second is pretty much secured. The battle for third yet to commence here, but it's going to happen any minute now. It's about 0.2 of a gap between third and fourth place right now.
Race leader Matthew Wood continues to work through some more lap traffic. Landon Burbage 12 seconds back in second. Then we have Gasson another 6 seconds back. So top three are basically way spread out. But right behind him, though, we finally got a battle for the third position. Dylan Carrier.
He's done a good job of somehow simultaneously saving fuel and also getting ready to bring the hurt to Jonathan Gaston. He's going to try to get by him here any minute. We'll see if he's able to do it, though. That 15 short on fuel, 75, who knows if he's good or not. But right now, Dylan Carrier seems to be the fastest truck. It's just a matter of if he can do it. He looks to the inside now down the front stretch into turn 1.
Through turn 1, not much of a battle, makes the pass quick and easy into a podium position in the third. Dylan Carrier.
Now we'll just have to wait and see if he can hold on to it, if he has enough fuel to keep that 15 truck ahead of the 75. We'll have to just wait and see. As Matthew Wood, though, continuing to lead the way, Noah Blackwell a lap down out of Roseville, California. Still 6th place, a good result from Jordan. And Jordan Hand, you see him now trying to hold on to the lead lap. Could have everybody lapped up to 4th place here any minute.
Well, it's crazy to see Jordan Hand. He was battling for a win earlier. Well, now he's trying to hold on and stay on the lead lap. But Matthew Wood right in his rearview mirror with just 6 laps left to go. Can he put him a lap down?
It's crazy to think that Jordan Hand had roughly 150 plus laps of quality racing. One mistake entering pit road has led him now to be a lap down with 5 to go. Hell, the 48 might appreciate it. I mean, it's one less lap around this track he's got to do now after that mistake. He's probably super upset at himself for that costly error getting onto pit road. But, I mean, how mad are you at a top 5 knowing that you could have had a top 3 if you would have just nailed your pit road entry? It's got to be kind of brutal.
Absolutely. With just 4 laps left to go, it's going to be 3 this time. Matthew Wood out of Nicholas, West Virginia. He's been the dominant car all night long. He is just waiting to park that thing in victory lane, maybe do some burnouts.
Led probably over 160 laps of this 200-lap race. Only a few more to go, 3 to go across the stripe for Matthew Wood. No competition in sight unless we have one of those pesky late race yellows to bring us a green-white checker. That could really spice things up. Will it happen? We do not know, but he is leading the way here. About to be 2 to go.
Just dominating performance again, 13.2 seconds ahead of second place. If this thing stayed green long enough, he would certainly lap the whole field.
You're absolutely right. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think the 75 of Gaston's going to stay far enough ahead of him, about a straightaway gap between these two. Matthew Wood going through turns 3 and 4 right now, and he's going to come across the stripe and take the white flag here in the NJB Designs regular season finale.
Yeah, white flag in the air officially. Do not have to worry about any sneaky, lingering cautions. Matthew Wood, last lap around here at the Dover Monster Mile. NJB Designs regular season finale as he goes down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Go ahead, Jesse.
Matthew Wood through corners 3 and 4. No competition for the 16 tonight. He comes on the front stretch and takes the checkered flag, sweeps both stages, and gets the win for the 16. Gives it a little drift through turns 1 and 2 like we're in frickin' Tokyo. What a drift from the 16. Landon Burbage officially takes home second. Dylan Carrier with the comeback drive for third, but you saw him there in the 38 scraping against the wall. Dallas Sewert's playoff hopes are crushed. He was 3 points out coming into this race. Surely going to be out of the playoffs for the 38 Lizard Machine, but your top 12 for the playoffs is officially set.
Absolutely, and we'll have those standings for you here shortly as the checkered flag is out. Race is over. Matthew Wood out of Nicholas, West Virginia, your winner here tonight. We got Landon Burbage second, Dylan Carrier third, and Jesse, I think it's time we get some of these guys in for some interviews.
Freaking ready. Let's do it, man. What a race.
Dylan, Blake, and Jesse up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you. Got me.
Oh, yes, sir. Hey, what a run for you. You know, as there in stage 1, you put yourself 2 laps down on a pit strategy there. Not sure what happened, but maybe walk us through that.
Yeah, so I didn't think I could save the fuel, so I didn't save it all that entire run. Realized I was going to be short, had to pit. I had no other choice. Come to find out later in the race, I started clutching and figured you could keep pace while clutching in the corners, and you could save about 2 to 3 tenths of fuel per lap, or 0.2, 0.3 gallons per lap, I should say. And wish I would have known that at the beginning, because I wouldn't have put myself in that situation, but it's not something I practiced, so I didn't expect to, be in that situation.
Well, hey, nonetheless, it worked out for you. You put it on the podium. It took you some time to recover, but you finally were able to. And with, 20 laps left to go or so, you make the pass for the 3rd position on the 75 of Gaston.
Yeah, and that all the people I passed there in stage 2 and then coming to the end, I was clutching that entire time. The entire time I was riding the clutch in the corners. I figured out how to do it perfectly to where I could still keep the same lap times, but save fuel at the same time. So it just worked out in the end. And I don't know if Gaston just didn't save enough, but he slowed down a lot, and I was able to just get past him there.
Absolutely. Well, hey, a great run. Jesse, what'd you see out of this number 15 machine of Dylan Carrier?
Yeah, I was going to kind of bring up the same thing you were mentioning, that as the battle started to get closer and closer to happening, as this race wound down, I noticed that you were clutching the truck in throughout the corners, and I was kind of wondering to myself, is he going to be able to save enough fuel and get by this 75 here, Jonathan Gaston, at the same time? And you surely did. So definitely a great job from you. It's got to be kind of weird getting a top 3 and still finishing 20 seconds back from the leader. I got to say, what do you think about Matthew Wood's performance here tonight?
He did great. He knew right off the bat it was going to be a fuel thing, and he's a master of using the clutch to save fuel, and he was clutching from the very beginning of the race. That's how he was able to stay in front the whole race and just keep pace. And I wish I would have figured it out sooner, because I could have probably been closer to Landon. I don't know if I'd have been close to Matthew. He literally had a perfect race, but I could have been closer to Landon. Maybe could have brought it home second. Wouldn't have put myself 2 laps down there in stage 1 and forfeiting those stage points. But overall, I felt like it was a good race. And yeah, Matthew is just a different breed. And it's going to be scary to go against him next week at Watkins Glen, too, because you think he's good on ovals. He is the master of road courses.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Dylan, next week, you mentioned Watkins Glen. The playoffs are starting. What are your thoughts here? I believe 12 trucks make the playoffs?
Yes, we have 12 guys who's made it, and I think I'm sitting tied for 4th after the points reset. So I have a pretty okay cushion. As long as I have a good Watkins Glen, I shouldn't be too far down there. I'm not very good at road courses, so I just got to have a solid finish. Hopefully top 5 if I can get there, at least close to the top 5. Maybe score a little bit of stage points to give myself a cushion going into the cutoff race here in a couple weeks at Wilkesboro, because that's going to be nuts. Just got to at least have a good enough cushion going into Wilkesboro. Hopefully I can get at least a few points from Watkins Glen, and then I forget what's after Watkins Glen. Chicagoland, which is arguably my best track. So if I can just get a win at Chicagoland, then I won't have to worry about the cutoff race. But if not, I know I can score a bunch of points at Chicagoland. So just got to at least give myself a good cushion at the Glen and hopefully win. If not win, get a bunch of points at Chicagoland and not have to worry about the cutoff.
Absolutely. Well, hey, once again, congratulations on your podium finish here tonight. Dylan Carrier, 3rd place finisher.
Yep, thank you. I would like to mention, just so you guys are aware going forward the rest of the season. So each round, it is going to be 2 people eliminated round 1, 2 people eliminated round 2, and then the final elimination race before the season finale, we are going to have 4 people eliminated. So that's going to be the big one.
Okay. All right.
Just thought I'd because we changed it. It was going to be 4 in the first round and then 2 and 2, but then we did it backwards. We thought this would be better.
Okay, well, that's fair nonetheless. But hey, again, congratulations, Dylan. I guess before you head out, though, you got any shout-outs or any last-minute words for our fans watching?
Yeah, shout out to all the fans that came out and watched the race, supported what we do here, and shout out to you guys. I know you've been sick all week, so hopefully you get better. You guys do an amazing job every week. Shout out to all the drivers here in Redemption for making this happen. And then shout out to Noah for the great paints, my dad for helping out the league, and Jordan Connolly and everybody. We have something good going here, and I'm looking forward to season 2.
Absolutely. Jesse, any final words to finish out your top 3 finisher of Dylan Carrier?
I just got to say, great drive, great resiliency, fighting back after the weird strategy, find yourself on the podium.
Thank you. Yeah, Dover's one of those tracks. I got a love-hate relationship with it.
All right, well, that's Dylan Carrier. And on the board, folks, you've been looking at for a while, honestly, but the Redemption playoff standings, those are the official playoff standings heading into race number 1 at Watkins Glen. Jesse, what do you think about starting at a road course for the playoffs?
I think a lot of guys are going to be kind of happy that that's the case, just getting it over with out of the way. A lot of the times the road courses are like the midpoint in the round, so those guys that hate the road courses are probably thinking, let's get that BS out of the way so I can see how many points I need to make back up.
Yeah. Well, it's time to pull in our 2nd place finisher, Landon Burbage. That's Grandma's baby boy. Let's get him in here. Landon, Blake, and Jesse up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
You got a copy.
Hey, a good finish for you. You're up front all night long there, and you were battling with Jordan Hand for a while, and it looked like he missed pit road and ended up running out of fuel. What were your thoughts when that happened?
I saw him coming in pretty hot there, and obviously he's my teammate, so yeah, me and him had a communication there, and as soon as I knew him, I saw him miss pit entry there. I was like, yeah, I got P2 kind of settled in here. But Matthew had such a big lead, man. It was kind of hard to catch him because when I came out of the pits, he was already like 3 to 4 seconds ahead of me, and man, he was just a lot quicker than me the whole race. And the the tires weren't really that bad that race. I was expecting them to be worse and having to save more, but it was mainly fuel is what it was the entire race, and we executed on that. We were consistent the whole race, had a good car. Um, Other than that, I mean, I don't really got anything else. He was just a lot quicker than us the whole race.
Yeah, well, hey, you were pretty good all night long, sitting in the top three. Now, what are your thoughts heading into the playoffs next week? Looks like you're sitting in third position, 8 points behind our points leader. It's going to be Joseph Smith at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, Watkins Glen's a really good track for me. I've always been good at road courses, and hopefully we can bring a good car next week and execute and get good stage points, and hopefully come out with a win and head a head into Chicago win.
Absolutely. Well, Jesse, what do you have for our second place finisher here tonight, Landon Burbage?
Yeah, we're looking here at the standings live, and you've made 11 starts here in the Redemption iRacing series, and you have 9 top 5s, so you're by far the most consistent driver in this whole field. You haven't found a win yet going here into the playoffs. Out of these 3 tracks coming up in round 1, Watkins Glen, Chicagoland, and North Wilkesboro, which one of those do you think is going to be your best track, and maybe you'll find yourself fighting up front for the W?
Um, well, I'm pretty good at every category you could put me in. But I think my strongest is probably a mile and a half, so I'm gonna have to go with Chicagoland. If we can execute there, it's obviously gonna be a fuel strategy track, and we're mainly always good there. And saving tires is one of our big things too. Obviously, pit road. Y'all could see that I've kind of struggled on pit road all season. Hopefully, we can start executing on that and being better. But
Which
other than that, yeah, I think Chicagoland is probably going to be my best bet there. Maybe we can stay up front the whole race and execute and be able to battle for a win.
between North Wilkesboro and Watkins Glen, which one of those do you think is going to be the one you're least looking forward to? Is it the road course or the short track?
Probably the short track. North Wilkesboro's definitely a tough track, especially with the new repave. Um, but a little bit of practice will get us dialed in there, and hopefully maybe we'll get a win there. You never know. But yeah, Chicagoland's definitely going to be my best bet. It's the one I'm going to be looking forward to point us into the next round, lock us in.
Well, hey, great job though once again, Landon. You put it on the podium once again. Like Jesse said, you got 9 top 5s on the season, so definitely been consistent. And before you head out, you got any shout outs or anything for our fans watching at home?
Want to shout out my girlfriend. She's actually sitting right next to me. But shout out her, my dad, my mom, my grandma, my grandpa, everybody who always watches and supports, and mostly and for all is y'all for putting on a good broadcast. And yeah, everyone who always watches.
All right. Well, hey, short and sweet. We appreciate it, Landon. We wish you the best of luck heading into the playoffs next week at Watkins Glen.
Thank you, sir. See you next week.
There was our second place finisher, Landon Burbage. And Jesse, I think it's just about time to bring in the star of the show, tonight's dominant winner, Matthew Wood.
Yeah, let's bring him on in, see if he shares any of his magical secrets with us and on how to win a race by 14 seconds here at Dover.
In the booth with us now, the Racers for Christ number 16 machine driver, Matthew Wood. Matthew, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what a race for you. Dominant performance. You led, seemed like every lap, but it wasn't every one of them. It was close to it.
Yeah, I definitely led a lot. I've had a lot of success here before. It's one of my best tracks. I don't know what it is. I can wrap the bottom really, really well, especially when people are in front of me, because dirty air is a big problem for everyone else. But I can just really almost put it on the apron. I can almost hit the apron going into the corner and just keep it down there. So I think that helped a lot. Definitely, I mean, it was tough. It was definitely tough, but I think I was able to not really run as hard as a lot of people were, especially when turning the right front. So that helped me really pull away on the long run. Sucks what happened to Jordan, but um, those things happened to me, and they have happened to me, and even at this racetrack, and he had a lot of pace, and I think he showed a lot of pace, and he should be proud of it. But it definitely sucks because he had a run. He gave me a run for my money, I think.
It definitely had some speed. Unfortunate finish for him, though, but nonetheless, you got the job done. Jesse, what'd you see out of this number 16 machine?
I just want to say, first of all, fantastic job picking up win number 1 out of 4 starts here in the Redemption iRacing series, and you seem to manage the track conditions pretty well. I mean, obviously you have to win by almost 14 seconds. There was a lot of talk coming into the night on that it was going to be tricky conditions on the track, and that everybody needed to make sure to practice and get used to these trucks here. Do you seem to share the same sentiment that it was a pretty tricky racetrack out there, and that other people might have just not gotten the hang of it like you did?
I was in general pretty proud of everybody because I mean we went caution free the whole race, but I think the main problem was it was definitely a very very hot racetrack. The last time I checked it was qualifying. It was 116, so um, I got a good 1 and 2, and I had confidence going into 3 and 4, and I had to lift. So I think the track condition, how hot it was with a concrete racetrack like that, that's very very tough, especially on corner exit. But it's even tougher, like I said, on the right front, because these trucks are underpowered now. From what I feel, they're underpowered, and they really like to push up the track. But the weird thing is with the new tire model now, you can push straight off the bat, and you can push the entire run as long as you don't slide your tires. Once you slide your tires, you can't get it back, but the tire wear just isn't there if you don't. And that's what a lot of people were struggling with because the awkward banking off of 2 and 4 was really I saw a lot of people sliding the right rear and just sliding way up in the corner. So sliding your tires was definitely a big thing tonight, and I think that's what cost a lot of people.
Well, great job for you, Matthew. Again, dominant performance. Park it in victory lane. Next week, we're headed to Watkins Glen. How you feeling about your shot over there?
Everyone knows me as a kind of a Shane Van Gisbergen type deal, so I hope to do pretty well there. I hope Austin shows up. I don't know where exactly he's been, but hopefully he shows up. But I got to get ready for a Daytona 500 in a little bit. I'm going to qualify for the NASCAR 500 on the whole NASCAR ordeal. So I got some Coke Series guys in there, so they're probably all going to be working together. But I'm just there to have fun, so we'll see how that goes.
All right. Well, we won't hold you up any longer. Again, congratulations on a big win here tonight. Before you head out, you got any other shout outs, though, Matthew?
Yeah, of course, everybody in the league, thank you for letting me come here and race. You guys do an incredible job as always. And, you know, everybody in the chat that supports me, uh, I got to thank the Lord for what he's done for me and for what he does for everybody. And yeah, Outlier, that's who I'm racing for tonight. Hopefully we can go and get the setup shop a win. They have the best setups on iRacing, and outlierspeedco.com if you need a setup. So we'll hopefully go try to get qualified into the Daytona 500.
Well, hey, we wish you the best of luck there.
Thank you.
So that was your race winner, Matthew Wood, parking it in victory lane. And that's going to round things out for us. Jesse, you got any final words for our fans watching at home?
Yeah, a couple things I got to say. I discovered an interesting, fun statistic. When you look at the Redemption iRacing series and you go to laps led, Joseph Smith has the most laps led with 466 over 12 starts. The second most laps led goes to Matthew Wood with 4 starts, 256 laps led. So a majority of those were tonight's race, but still, that just goes to show that if he would have made the starts that everybody else has, he surely would be a definite playoff contender. But I just got to say thank you to everybody tuning in. Make sure, as always, you hit that like button, the subscribe button. It helps us out a ton. Check out the Discord in the description. Come hang out with us. Every once in a while, we got special events going on, this and that. So it's definitely the place to be if you like our iRacing broadcasts.
Yeah, well, we definitely appreciate it, but that's going to round things out, folks. In the booth with Jesse Becker, I'm Blake Hutchinson. We appreciate you folks tuning in. Be sure, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out our schedule. We got all kinds of races going on almost every night, it seems like. And that's all I got. So until next time, we'll see you then.